Arschbombe. The test of courage. I'd been so upset about blowing my chance to steal the plans for Project 1065 that I'd forgotten all about it. The ultimate distraction. But there was no ignoring it now. The tower beside the pool was 2 stories tall and made of crisscrossing wood. A rough ladder went straight from the ground to the top, and the boys waited in line on it until there was room for them at the top. From there, they plummeted 20 feet to smack down into the icy cold water below. I stood at the bottom rung of the ladder, hands on the sides, trying to take deep breaths and failing miserably. "I can do this," I whispered. "I can do this. I can do this." But I couldn't do it. My foot wouldn't lift up off the ground. "Nope, can't do it," I said. I let go of the ladder and tried to turn away. Fritz took me by the shoulders and turned me back around. "Yes, you can, Michael. You have to." "No way," I said. My head spun. My heart raced. I was too worked up. I was getting hysterical. Fritz dragged me away from the other boys waiting in line. Michael, snap out of it. You can't let them see your fear. Do you understand me? If they see you're weak, they'll eat you alive." I nodded. I knew he was right. If you were tough, people left you alone. If you showed the slightest sign of fear, they would attack. I closed my eyes and tried to control my breathing the way Simon had taught me. I wished he was here right now, but then I remembered why he couldn't be and why it mattered so much that I overcome my fear of heights and follow Fritz into the SRD. "You climbed up that ladder in the farmhouse when we were looking for that downed airman," Fritz said, almost reading my thoughts about Simon. It startled me, but I realized there was no way he could know Simon was hidden in my house. "But even if I get to the top, then I have to—" "Don't think about that," Fritz said. He guided me back to the bottom rung of the ladder. "One step at a time, right?" One step at a time. That's what Simon had said too. Small steps. I breathed slowly and deeply and lifted my right foot onto the ladder. Then my left. One step at a time, small steps. Fritz climbed up right behind me, whispering encouragement. We moved up the ladder at a snail's pace, but that was fine by me. I kept my eyes closed and thought about all the insults the English boys had used on me in the schoolyard in St. Paul's, and all the insults I'd hurled at them in return. They were great motivation and a great distraction. I made a mental list of a few choice ones I'd use to tease Simon with when I got back. If I got back. And then we were at the top. I froze, eyes still closed, but Fritz was there to guide me forward. I took little half steps. I tried to tell myself I wasn't on top of a 2-story tall wooden scaffold, but I was losing the fight. It creaked and swayed. I couldn't do this. "You're okay," Fritz told me. But I wasn't okay. My stomach seized up and I felt my breakfast begin to rise in my throat. I dropped down and flattened myself out on the platform. I was never going to move from this spot ever again. "Come on, Michael," Fritz said. "You just have to do an Arschbombe." He was trying to make me laugh, trying to lighten the mood. Arschbombe meant butt bomb. It was the German expression for what we called a cannonball, when you wrapped yourself into a tight ball and dove into a pool, hitting the water with your butt like a bomb. The mental image distracted me for a few seconds, but then I remembered where I was and why I would never be doing a butt bomb here or anywhere else. I shook my head. I couldn't speak for fear I would throw up. "If you don't pass the courage test, you can't be in the SRD," Fritz said. "You can't even be in the regular Hitler Youth." I didn't care anymore. I couldn't do it. The Nazis were going to build a jet plane, and the Allies were going to lose the war, but I just couldn't do it. I kept my eyes and my lips screwed shut tight. "Okay," Fritz told me. "It's okay, Michael. You don't have to do it. I'm sorry. I'll help you back down." "We're coming back down the ladder," he called. "Everybody climb back down." I heard the cries of annoyance from the boys waiting on the ladder as Fritz helped me stand up. Just getting back down the ladder was going to be impossible. Fritz guided me, one hand on my arm, the other on my back. "Just keep your eyes shut, Michael," he said. "You don't want to see this." I nodded, dizzy at the mere thought of looking down the ladder. With Fritz's help, I inched back toward it, eyes shut tight. "I'm sorry, Michael," Fritz told me. I shook my head. Fritz didn't need to apologize. I was the one who couldn't overcome my fear. He was the one who would become an SRD, not me. I was the one who'd failed. "No. I'm really, really sorry," Fritz whispered, and he pushed me off the platform.